We are live from the Preserve Forum in Milwaukee for tonight's CSBA feature matchup in prime time. Florida State Seminoles taking on the Marquette Golden Eagles, and a blast from the past, a former color commentator for us for a very long time. Happy to have him back in the booth. What's up, Mr. David Ware? What's up, buddy?
What is going on, CSBA? I hope you guys are having a wonderful evening and some great primetime basketball with these two programs.
Yeah, I appreciate it. What are you looking forward to seeing these two best buddies? They're coaching against each other in this matchup. But what are you looking forward to between these two teams?
Well, I think it's interesting. You look at a team like Marquette, 70% of the team is upperclassmen, so they have a lot of experience. And then you go to Florida State, and it's a very much younger roster. So how much will the experience play a difference, and how much of the raw talent will take over?
Yeah, it should be a fun one. These two buddies, rivals, but best friends as coaches. So a lot on the line here in this fun matchup here in the preseason.
Absolutely, and Kuhlman getting the ball right away. The freshman, the only freshman on the roster for Marquette. He's going to be a guy to watch, as he, I think, will have a heavy load this season as he prepares for a long career here at Marquette.
I know Rusty's hoping for that.
Yeah, I mean, and there was a lot of hype around Kuhlman. A lot of teams would love to have got Kuhlman, and at the end of the day, Rusty was able to pull it off.
Yeah, that's a good get from Marquette. Florida State returning a lot of players. Only one freshman on this team this season, Courtney Palmer, but bringing over, I mean, a vast majority of the roster is a returning squad. So,
well, how crazy is it that between both teams, only two freshmen between both teams?
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't a lot of turnover between these two teams. Last year was heavier recruiting for both of them, and this season didn't have to go and work as hard in the recruiting, which, you know, I don't know about you. I've always, as a coach, I like being active in recruiting. So to only have to go out and get one person, it's nice to have the time, the downtime, but at the same time, it's really how you build your roster.
Yeah, and it's good to have some balance in between the class. You never want to have one year where you have to replace 50 to 60% of the roster, which Marquette's looking at having to do.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having 2 or 3 per season. I think that's a good maturation process between your players, kind of moving 3 out, moving 3 in, moving 3 out. You know, just there kind of seems like teams together for a while in that regard. Dobbins down low. Can't get it to go. Medici up with the rebound.
Yeah, Ryan Dobbins, the senior, 7'1". He's a big presence down there in the paint, and pretty crafty on his feet, if I may say so myself.
Yes, sir. 8-2 early on here for Marquette. Chile going to go for the alley-oop, and Wiesler says, you know what? I don't care who's in front of me.
Yeah, Steven Chile, the junior shooting guard. A nice pass right there. A lot of times you see the shooting guard want to take the shot, but there Chile was able to make the nice pass.
Yeah, that's good. Nice pull-up jumper there by Freddie Brody.
You know, I think, week one, this is for preseason, not week one, but, you never know what you're going to get. So I think this is going to be a fun matchup. And with these two coaches, the rivalry, I can't help but to wonder how much of this is toying with the rest of the league, or how much of this is a real game plan.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, we talk about a lot about that in a lot of the streams during the preseason about who is coming to the table with what you're going to see in the regular season, and who is just kind of messing around, seeing, giving the freshmen a start, or just seeing what, maybe, hey, let's throw something at the wall and see if we can. I've always wanted to try this. This is a good opportune time to do it. So
I would agree, as we see Dalton Brown checking in, the small forward for Marquette.
Brody in the corner trying to get some people over. He's going to set a screen, and Brody says, you know what? I'm going to fire it up. Can't get it to go.
Not a bad look. I'm okay with that look. Obviously you want to try to land that one, but you got to take your shots.
Hey, if they're going to slough off like that and give you that room, I'll take that all day and twice on Sundays.
Absolutely. A nice steal by Brown.
And they're looking to take it a whole backdoor alley-oop to Medici. What a find.
Medici, the senior, 6'10", laying that one down. That's definitely going to be a possible State Farm assist of the game
All
highlight.
right, I'm going to throw this question out to you because I think it's a very valid one for our user base. You've been around the sim communities for a really long time. This season did something different. You didn't run and join your buddies. How's things so far at Washington? And if you were to give anybody advice as far as testing a new team or looking at a new team out, like how's it going so far? Are you happy with what you're experiencing?
Oh, absolutely. Washington wasn't a team going into the off season or going into recruiting that I really thought I would be at, quite honestly. I think they presented a great opportunity to build a team. And we showed tonight in a preseason game against USC, we showed that we could spread the ball around and we can have a lot of fun. So, be open-minded. And when coaches, listen to what they got to say, they definitely may have some opportunities for you that maybe you don't think about. And rebuilding a team, or not necessarily rebuilding, but retooling a team can be really fun and go a long way for your player status as well.
Yeah, for sure. Especially you think about it over the long time as your player starts to become well known, as opposed to just being, the 8th, 9th, 10th guy on a team, starting to make a name for yourself. But then your team starts to get noticed too. So.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think Washington this year is going to definitely open some eyes. I don't know that maybe people went into the preseason expecting Washington to do a whole lot, but I think we're going to do a lot, and it's because of the team that we've been very fortunate to build, and I think we got something special brewing.
Yeah, I liked what Will Marshall was doing there before he kind of had to take a little bit of a sabbatical, but Sage is doing a really nice job filling in for him, taking over Washington.
Yeah, and Marshall coming off the bench tonight was huge for us, so that we'll see how that goes.
Marquette looking really smooth here, 8 of 10 to start, 80%. You can't even give Florida State a hard time, 5 of 9, but they trail by 10 here.
Yeah, I mean, Marquette's good. And again, it's a leader. It's a upperclassman heavy team. They've played together. They've got great chemistry, and they know what they're doing. And compared to a bunch of new guys who are still trying to get a feel for it.
Palmer throws that one down, cuts the lead to 8.
Yeah, and I think this game is going to get close. I don't think we stay at an 8-point game.
No, neither do I.
As a 5 points or less, if I had to take a
guess.
guess.
Florida State hasn't started off as hot as they normally do, and I expect more from them.
Here comes Aker Wood with the ball. He's Rusty's always had an interesting way of his players are always really good but underrated.
Yeah. I feel like Marquette the last about two seasons trying to find their identity again. I know for a really long time they were solid, but I feel like they're on this is a franchise, this is a university rather that is kind of on its way up. They took a little bit of they had a couple years, lean years, but I think this is them starting to work their way back up.
I heard they had about the last 4 years they've really been suffering after losing a player that they couldn't replace, and I think his name was Ware. I don't remember his first name, but after losing that Ware player, they never could.
I thought you might say Ali, but that's just me. But what do I know?
Marquette's always. I mean, they stayed consistent, and
have.
I think and they were recruiting me personally, and I think they're one of the top teams in the league. They've got the most potential, I think, or one of the biggest potentials, the most consistent team, and the way they're built, they're set up to run for a couple seasons. So,
hey, listen,
they're definitely a good team.
I know you're busy with your life and your other hobbies and stuff like that, but I will ask this of you. Obviously, if you can, whenever you have some free time, I love having you back in the booth. It's always good to hear you in here, and obviously it's like old hat for you and me once the second you get in here. So,
Oh yeah, I'll definitely do what I can. I just happen to be a little spare time this evening, so
Yeah, I appreciate it. We didn't have anybody signed up for the game, so I'm very happy that you were able to join us.
Marquette's slowing it down here. I think I find that kind of interesting. They're a team that can succeed with a quicker tempo.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't hurt. It doesn't help right now that Marquette is shooting the ball pretty well. So for Florida State to not be as up, they like to get out and run as Ford pulls up and can't get that one to go. But they like to run, and when the other team is just hitting shots, they're forced to play into more of a half court style, and some teams struggle with that, especially if you're used to running.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and if you're Florida State, you've got a few younger guys. You really want to use this game to create a tempo, create the chemistry, build upon it, and don't let Marquette control your tempo.
Yeah, good first quarter, 26-14, Marquette on top. Watching CSBA on Twitch. See if Florida State can pick it up here in the second quarter.
Gunderson bringing the ball up. And Gunderson is definitely a playmaker. The sophomore shooting guard is a guy that definitely can make some plays and keep the defense on their toes.
Man, Florida State needs to find some offensive rhythm here. They are struggling those points in the last 2 minutes plus. So, granted, so say second quarter starting. So you got to dig in now and start to find your rhythm.
And the best way to get your offense going is get your defense going. We see Dobbins with a block there.
I swear to God, where I thought you were going to say the best way to get over someone is to get under them. I don't know why. I don't know. Hawk Tua. Spit on that thing. Spit on that thing. I don't know why I thought you were going to say that. It just, I don't know, it sounded like that's where you were going, and I was like, okay.
I mean, that's not where I was, planning to go, but hey, whatever works, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's prime time, baby. Anything goes.
After dark.
Zer.
Ooh, good defense there. Coolman definitely looks, he reminds me a lot of a very young Carmelo Anthony, if I may say so myself.
Yeah, I think Nighthawk really wanted him to look like that. So he DM'd me, asked me to make him look like that. So that's.
Yeah, and he's got the number 15 to go with it. So
yeah,
definitely has some Carmelo Anthony repertoires.
Yes, sir. He actually said, "Can you get me this beard? I want him to look like this." So it's pretty close. 28-16 now. Marquette up by 12. Chile tried to force it to Dobbins. Gilsack says no.
There's Medici with the nice dunk, simple two-handed dunk. He could have got a little bit flashier, but keeping it basic.
The funny part about it, where too, is just talking. As you look at it, we said earlier FSU wants to get out and run, but it's been Marquette who's been out in transition in this one.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, and of course they're a team that's able to run at this pace, so it's something that they're pretty comfortable doing. Dobbins with another rebound. I'm not sure his number, but he's got quite a few rebounds so far.
That's a big three-pointer right there for Florida State. They needed that little jolt.
It gets him back to within 9. Definitely a reachable game by far.
Just got to keep the offensive momentum going.
Ooh, Greg coming off the screen right there.
Stream chat's kind of quiet tonight in this game. I don't know why. That's very. Maybe I wonder if there's anything on TV that guys are watching. But we appreciate you, whoever's here tuning in for this one. I'm surprised it's not more.
Maybe if I start trash talking Rusty, maybe I'll get people to start.
I mean, that's probably what we need to do.
I mean, he did talk like he was R. Kelly by saying "be golden." I'm just saying.
Yeah. I thought he was going to add Pony Boy.
Yeah, let's definitely get some. I'd love to get some more people going in the chat. It's always fun being able to interact.
Yeah, viewership's been great tonight. For some reason, this game is quiet. I don't know why. It's starting to pick up now, though. Got 19 in the stream. Appreciate y'all tuning in. This one, it's been a pretty interesting game so far.
It has, and I don't think the score is what the game actually has been. I feel like it's been a lot closer by far. Just Marquette's been able to capitalize a little bit more. Also, does seem like the free throw difference is definitely in favor of Marquette tonight. Florida State not able to really draw any fouls in this game quite yet.
Yes, I like games that aren't won or lost at the free throw line. I like more of a offensive flow.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it does get frustrating sometimes if one team gets 15 to 20 trips in the line, the other team only gets 5 or 6.
Yeah. You
can't help but to wonder where the difference is. Nice take right there. Oh, Gilsack is a namesake there at Marquette. It's good to see a Gilsack back as a Golden Eagle. Kind of just.
He told me. By the way, he told me he named his guy Gilsack because nobody could ever say Gleesack so they always called him Gilsack. It's like I might as well name him that because that's what everybody calls him anyway.
I thought he liked tea bags, is why he did Gilsack and tea bags. That's what I thought. But I'll leave that one alone. He knows what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about as well.
Back in the day, there used to be some rivalries at practice between Ware and Gleesack, and so we'll see.
10-point game here.
The question is, how long can Marquette stay out on top? I mean, a 10-point lead right now, 3:40 left in the first. Will Florida State come out with some good adjustments in the second half to counter this tempo that the Eagles have ran?
We're looking good here so far. I mean, you can't even give Florida State a hard time. They're shooting 50%, but the defense has been lacking.
Yeah, and for sure. Oh, beautiful take. Second chance points right there. Number 10, Courtney Palmer with the putback. And that's huge. Hey, if you want to get your offense going, get a few second chance points.
Yeah, Florida State needs a little bit of a jolt. It's got to start on the defensive end, though. Hellman Jr. from the corner, bang.
When you get second chance points, you also need to come out with a stop. That helps better.
Yeah,
you can't let Marquette get a wide open three.
Yeah, I said usually that's a little bit better.
R.J. Avery, nice shot right there from the senior point guard. Looks like maybe Florida State's pressing a little bit more defensively on this possession.
Trying to see if it works out for them. As Phoenix always says, let's see how that works out for him, Cotton. He's funny.
Marquette with a good deep.
I was going to say he's funny with those comments. Roosevelt for 3, bang. Okay,
well, that's what Florida State needed. Now it's down to an 8-point game.
Okay, Mr. President, I see you. Theodore Roosevelt.
Definitely a good couple possessions allowed Florida State to get back in this. And an 8-point game, you got to think as long as this, I would say 5 to 8 points is kind of the range if you're Florida State. you got to be happy with going into halftime.
Yeah, you got to be within striking distance. You don't want to be double digits.
Elman pulls up, nice shot there, not unable to get it to fall, but a second chance opportunity, great offensive rebound.
Yeah, he was feeling a little confident after that 3-ball from the corner pocket before, but he's going to fire it up again. This time he knocks it down, bang.
Oh, that was a nice shot. I mean, that was a NBA 3 right there.
Yeah, that was deep. Back to an 11-point game. Palmer hands it off to Avery. Avery slices, dice, kicks it out. Roosevelt for 3. No good. Rebound. Palmer. He gets blocked by Mizukana.
We got some Matumbo going on there, some taunting, but great block.
He said, no, 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 no. Not in my house.
You know, NBA today would not allow that. They would call a technical foul, but man, that used to be some fun stuff to watch back in the good days.
Yes, sir. Roosevelt. Fadeaway jumper, no good.
$11 points, 51 seconds. Marquette definitely trying to take as much time off the clock as possible. They don't want to give Florida State 2 possessions.
Semionogo, nice job there in the low post.
If I'm Florida State, I'm going quick here. I'm going to try to hurry up and get a basket and force Marquette to give me one more possession.
Yeah, you got to go quick, though. I don't think they're using too much of the clock. Avery. Roosevelt for 3. Bang!
Well, that's definitely a nice little hit right there. Gets it back to a 10-point game, but Marquette doesn't have to shoot if they don't want to. Or they can hold on to it for a buzzer beater.
10-point game, 0 for 1.
Yeah, and this is one of those that, you know, if you're Florida State, you hate to see him make this. If he does, and he missed it.
Yeah, he missed it. So 45-35, 1/2 in the books here in prime time. Florida State trails by 10. Mr. Ware, talk to me a little bit about that first half, and you know, does either of these teams need to make any kind of adjustments going into the second?
Well, if you're Marquette, everything has gone your way in the first half. You've done a great job moving the ball around. Really good tempo, really comfortable. And not only is it a good tempo and effective tempo, they've looked extremely comfortable in their offense so far. Now, if you're Florida State, you definitely got to make some adjustments. You got to try to keep up with the tempo of Marquette. And, you know, they force some mistakes inside too many times. I think they need to go a little bit faster. They're going a little bit too slow. And really, rebounds is a situation where Florida State can capitalize. They've got a few offensive rebounds, not able to get the putbacks in those rebounds. So capitalize when you do get the second chance points.
I'll see what happens here in the second half. Florida State going to need to shut down the offense of Marquette. So we'll see what happens here in the second half. You watch Csba on Twitch. We're right. Semionogo, the leading scorer at the half.
Yeah, the 8 points, you know, really, it hasn't been any one player dominating for either team offensively.
No, definitely not.
Both teams have spread the ball around really well.
Ooh, Dobbins had to reach back for that one.
And that's an opportunity to try to silence the home crowd, and they couldn't pull it off.
By the way, completely forgot as to why maybe some of the people haven't been watching the game. And I forgot NFL was on tonight.
Yeah, the Chicago Bears, Houston Texans, the Hall of Fame game.
But the game was suspended for inclement weather, so
Well, then they have no reason not to be in here and seeing this defense.
I agree.
Another good block.
Gunderson.
Well, that could have been a statement if he could have made that one. Again, forcing it down low. I don't. It doesn't look natural when they're trying to force it down low. Dobbins going to the line.
I'd be curious to see if they continue to try to force it down low, though.
Rumor mill. I'll spark a little rumor mill. Dobbins smells bad. I had a locker next to him a couple seasons ago, and he smelled horrible.
I mean, he is a sweaty beast right now at the line, so.
And that free throw is so uncomfortable to watch and take.
But it got the job done, though, right?
I mean, it did, but at the expense of my eyes. Torment.
My
watching a quarterback throw left-handed, it ain't right.
My eyes.
Dobbins now up with the foul. He gets 2 free throws, and he comes and gives the other team 2 free throws. That's really not a good exchange. That's not how it works, Dobbins.
So, question for you: are you a sunflower seeds guy?
Oh, absolutely. They named the company after me.
They did?
David Sunflower Seeds.
I didn't know that. What is your go-to brand?
I mean, the David's is my go-to brand, and I like the ranch ones. The ranch and the dill pickle ones are my 2 favorites.
I love dill pickle.
Biff Markham said, sunflower seed convo is back. I mean, I will eat sunflower seeds all day long.
Yeah, we were talking about it the other night because I just started popping them again. I've been eating the smacking ones, the ones you've been seeing all over social media, but I do have a bag of Bigs here, and I do have a bag of David's. I didn't like the David's sour cream and onion, I'm not going to lie.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know, maybe
Are you American?
Maybe the ones I got didn't have enough flavoring on it. I don't know.
What's funny is when I think of sunflower seeds, I think of baseball, not basketball. So it is kind of funny,
Listen, I've been in baseball mode for like a year now.
Ooh, nice putback right there.
With my son playing baseball.
How's that going?
It's alright. They had a little bit of a rough year. He did, as far as his own self, did pretty well. His team didn't do that great, but we have a couple more tournaments and then we're done for the year. Then we get into fall ball.
Then it starts all over.
Yeah, he's going to play fall ball this year. Both with his travel team as well as Little League, so as many reps as they can get him to get.
Even Chili with the nice step back 3.
By the way,
it's just to 11-point game.
Sunflower seeds. If you get Bigs, the Taco Supreme by Taco Bell Taco Supremes are really good.
I'll have to try it. I've never tried the Bigs brand.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the only one of Bigs I've gotten, but it's sunflower. It's Taco Supreme, so it tastes like a Taco Supreme.
I'll have to give it a shot. Florida State being down by 11, getting in some foul trouble. A little bit worried about that. A little few too many fouls. Ooh, the freshman missed a free throw.
I think that's the second miss tonight. And you laugh. I know Biff said Sunflower Seeds combo is back. You never know what's going to be on your CSBA bingo card.
Yeah, there's a lot of wild cards on the CSBA bingo card.
Yeah, that there is.
Nice pass to Stovins inside.
we've had some interesting conversations during CSBA basketball. So
That we have. Been a while, but we have. And Medici to Kinnear with a great put up right there. Nice pass in the lane.
Yeah, narrow left wide open. Not enough movement in this offense for me for Florida State.
Dobbins, the one-handed offensive rebound and putback. That's huge. It's a 10-point game, but I really feel like, honestly, the momentum has been in favor of Florida State the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Yep, they're controlling the tempo. Marquette hasn't been as fluid offensively. But I will say the one thing I don't like about Florida State's offense, it feels like it's going through mud.
Yeah, I mean, they are forcing it. It doesn't look natural.
Yeah, I mean, and you mentioned that in the first quarter, and oh my God, Webb and I just talked about that exact backcourt thing right there in the previous game.
I think we need to do an investigation. It may be the head coach has a bet on the line. He's trying to throw the game.
He's shaving points.
A full course CSBA investigation.
Is he shaving?
Nice take.
Is he shaving points?
I think he is. That's going to be my official statement.
Might need to put a 17-page cheating document investigation out there.
Yeah, exactly.
If you know, you know.
Right. Roosevelt with the board. It's an 8-point game. Avery, he could help it close a gap here.
Count on one.
And one.
That was big.
That was a huge take. Avery looked all the way going to the left and took it.
Oh, can't make the 3-point play, though.
Can't, but it's a 6-point game now. Which was, I mean, just a little bit ago, it was an 11-point game.
They're fighting.
A great block right there.
Yeah.
That's Palmer.
FSU's offense heating up here.
Marquette better get it going. They're fixing to be behind here in a second.
Yeah, Florida State grinding it out now.
Let's see if Wood steps in the backcourt again.
Trailing by 4. Mr. Carter. Marquette's gone cold here. And Florida State absolutely taking advantage. This home Marquette crowd getting into it. The defensive champ. Jack Ford stripped by Brown. Hellman comes away with it. Hellman was challenged there to shoot it, but he opted not to. Mr. O'Connor gets it to him in the low post. I was waiting for the 3 seconds. Bad turnover from Marquette.
Florida State's defense doing a really good job right now.
Chance to pull within 1 possession.
And that's huge. Being down by 11 and coming back to get within 1 possession is huge.
Marquette crowd getting into it with a defense chant again. Palmer finishing and cuts it to 2.
And I thought that was going to be a foul on Woods there, but the ref didn't call it. That was close.
Wood drives, reverse layup is good.
See, what really happened is Wood wanted the game to get close so he can look like a hero for extending the lead.
Not surprised. Avery, nice pass to Ching. Cha-ching.
That's got to be a nominee for the State Farm Assist of the Game.
It better be.
That was a beautiful give and go.
Palmer, ill-advised foul, counted on 1. Mr. Connell to the line. Try to complete the 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, I mean it was a good foul, just not hard enough.
He needs to go to Jeff Mel's school of fouling.
I've heard Jeff Mel's got soft in his old age.
He has gotten soft.
He has reached the ripe age of 65, from what I understand. I'm all about stirring the pot a little bit. Why not?
Is he on his deathbed? God forbid. No, I shouldn't say that. That's not right.
He qualifies for his AARP though.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's got the hub elevator going through his house. The hover.
He hears this, he's going to get upset.
Oh, he won't remember it in 5 seconds afterwards.
Shang for 2. No good. All right. 3 in the books here in prime time. Got ourselves a close game. Got those 4s up in stream chat. Show us you're live, Csba. See if the State Farm does it right. Alright, you know what? They did it right. We'll give them an A minus. It wasn't terrible.
I mean, I'm not. Yeah, it wasn't terrible. I think there's a couple that could have been a little bit nicer, but it's hard to take away from that one by all means.
Hey, I'm trying to get them to be more consistent. I'll give them a good grade. Good defense by Dobbins, forcing the miss. Oh, Wiesla cuts it to 1.
Yeah, that was a great pump fake right there to get it put in.
Brody, baseline jumper, no good. Chance for Florida State to take the lead. Could it be the first opportunity to take their lead this game?
And they do. Holy cow. Down by as many as 12, I think, at one point, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, something like that.
Has now come back to a 1-point lead with 7 minutes left in the fourth. And Dobbins, another board. Dobbins has got to be close to double digits on boards.
And Brody not able to hit that one. Avery got caught between bank and a straight shot there. Gilsack trying to work over Dobbins. Dobbins not having it.
You know, this game just goes to show sometimes that, you think the game's over with early, but teams can come back. Night Right saying, wow, Florida State has come back. They have, and they've come back well.
And that happens. That's why you play the games. You never give up after the first quarter.
Oh, all right, that's got to get clipped. That is absolutely, that was a gorgeous play. That was a gorgeous play.
I was had him on a string on that play. Time out on a court. Yeah,
that's got to be for Florida State's March Madness video. That better be on there.
Got to tell Phoenix to make sure he uses that clip. 28 in the stream. Appreciate you all tuning in. It's like someone told him it was a good game. Better tune in.
Yeah, we need to get some more people in here. I said this would be a 5-point game or less, and it was trying to make me look wrong for a while, but definitely looking good again.
Nice offensive board by Medici, but can't get it to go is Gilsack.
Great defense by Dobbins, not to foul, but put the pressure. And just like that, a 5-point lead.
By the way,
that's a 6.
I was going to say, by the way, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize. But they haven't scored in over 3 minutes, Marquette.
Yeah, they have definitely gone ice cold.
Speaking of ice cold, I could use for something nice ice cold drink right now.
That would be a great spot for an ad or a sponsor.
Yes, sir. Something with a little hops. Nice pass inside.
Oh,
Wiesla!
talking about hops, Wiesla with a nice dunk.
I like what you did there. That was very nice. I like the transition. That's why we're together, man. Every time it just flows. That's the same way with me and C-Web when I do games with him.
Great defense in Florida State. I tell you what, Brody just looked frustrated on that one, and that was pure aggression and frustration.
Yeah, especially that they haven't overscored over 3 minutes.
Yeah, definitely a cold streak, and not when you want to have a cold streak.
No, definitely not. It's not the point of the game for that. Marquette needs to wake up before they find themselves on the other side of an L.
I would agree. Maybe they thought they had it locked up early.
Yeah. Taking Florida State for granted now.
Gilsack and Dobbins battling it down low. Gilsack wins that battle.
He's got 12.
Shooting 63%.
Stovins now Gunderson. Stovin says, I'm going to shoot a 3, but can't get it to go. Wiesla kind of one. The ball rolls in.
Wiesla with a great putback. I was not happy with that three-point shot. Wiesla was able to help the team capitalize and gets his own three-point play by making the free throw.
They lead by 9.
I mean, that's a 20-point swing. Down by 11 is what I remember it was when they got hot. And now they're up by 9. That 20-point swing is huge.
Defense stepped up in a big way. Wiesla was a block.
Oh, second chance, though, for Chile. Chile puts it up, and just like that 11-point game, Florida State looking like they're going to walk away with the win.
Bad turnover there. Marquette is really struggling right now.
They've got to be at 5 minutes without a basket at this point. I mean, I'm going to be very curious to look at the box score for the second half and see the tale of two tapes when you talk about Marquette in the first half, Marquette the second half.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're anybody watching that has to play Marquette this year, watch second half what Florida State did, and that might give you some upper advantage.
You know when the organist comes out, it's not good.
Florida State 20-2 in the last 4 minutes and 40 seconds.
That's insane.
That is dominant for Florida State. 15-point lead by Florida State.
Never can't hit that one.
They can't buy a shot. Maybe if Marquette was in the chat stream using their channel points, maybe they can get a shot.
I'll say this is they have just gone ice cold. Ice freaking cold.
Look, I've been involved in these games before where you can't buy a shot, and it sucks. You know, it absolutely sucks. But there you go. Marquette got a basket.
About time.
Much-needed basket.
About time.
It's too little, too late on the two-point shot, but hey, you got to take it what you can get.
Absolutely. Gilsack.
Hey, one more shot. That's going to be a winning streak, ain't it?
Yeah, will be. By the way, just about a shade under 5 minutes without a basket. That's what they went.
That is wild. And now they're on fire. Now all of a sudden Marquette's like, okay, let's play some basketball.
Because Florida State's like, we can exhale now. Chile! Oh my God, clip that.
Oh! Yeah, that's game over right there. If there's such thing as a dagger, that was the dagger. I'm sorry.
With an exclamation point.
That was the most authoritative dunk I think we've seen all night.
Absolutely. Brody.
Dobbins with another rebound. Gilsack, let's see what he can do. Oh, he waited up. I was hoping for him to try to dunk on Dobbins. I don't like either one of them. I think they both smell bad and look funny, so I'd like to see them dunk on each other. I've been teammates with both of them.
Unfortunately, for Marquette, they let this one get out of control, despite that little run they went on.
They did, and it's crazy. They led 76, 78% of the game.
Yep.
Just this fourth quarter was all Florida State.
I'm not worried about Marquette, though. Must be able to hit the drawing board to be back at it by week 1.
Yeah, for sure. No questions asked. The question is, how will the smack talk between Firebird and Rusty go?
Oh, Firebird's going to be all over that.
I want to give Firebird some credit. I remember seasons ago at UConn, and Firebird struggled a little bit as a coach.
Oh, yeah.
It was definitely a learning curve, and he has really come out to build some good teams.
Yeah, he gets a lot of slack and unjust. It's unjust for sure. Well, congratulations to Florida State Seminoles. They win this one 86-71. Good job by them. Let's take a look at the scoreboard here. Team comparison. Anything jump off the page for you, David? Rebounds?
Not really.
Rebounds, points in the paint?
The 7 blocks for Florida State is huge.
Yeah. But Marquette did have 7 steals, so I feel like the turnovers were pretty even. I think the points in the paints, the second chance points, fast break, and rebounds probably the difference.
Yeah, look at Marquette. Their biggest lead was 14, and then Florida State comes back to win by 15.
Yeah,
that is wild.
Yeah, that fourth quarter, 8 points. So second half was owned by Florida State. Look at that, 25-18, 26-8. But if you go to the first half, it was a 10-point lead there. So they basically, Florida State actually won 3 of the 4 quarters. They just came out slow in the first. That actually is a little bit more telling. That's a little bit more telling than I thought.
Yeah, I felt like it was 3 quarters Marquette, 1 quarter Florida State.
Yeah, but it wasn't the case at all. Gilsack on the losing side finishes with 16, 4, 3, and 3 on 7 of 12. Freddie Brody, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 of 12. So definitely for Marquette, they needed a secondary score. They only have 1 guy in double digits. Mizukana, 8 and 5 with a block on 3 of 6. Usemi Anago, 8 points, 3 boards, assists, block, 4 of 4. Medici, 7-5, 2 and 1 on 3 of 7. Toby Nura, 6 points, 3 dimes, 3 of 9. Tyler Hellman, a couple of threes for 6 points, 2 assists. Dalton Brown, 5 points, 3 assists, 2 steals on 2 of 2. Aker Wood, quiet night, 4 points, 2 assists off the bench. And Irving Kuhlman, 0 of 1, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. We did have 3 points and 3 assists. Take us through Florida State.
Yeah, so we got Stephen Chili, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 9 of 10 shooting a fantastic night, 2 for 2 behind the 3. Dre Scott Vizsla, probably mispronounced that, and I apologize. 13 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks. A great game all around for him.
Yeah,
6 of 10 shooting.
And you called this one earlier.
Yeah, Ryan Dobbins, 10 points, 12 rebounds, 3 blocks. She did horrible, absolutely horrible. She should be benched. Shooting 4 of 6. Great game by Dobbins, though. Fantastic. Yeah. Really, I felt like the leader of the comeback there.
Yeah, double-double, too.
R.J. Avery, 10 points, 5 assists, 5 of 10 from the field. Got Courtney Palmer, 10 points, 6 rebounds, almost had a double-double, had the assist, had the block. I felt like he was really active, though, in the game, even though the stats don't show it as much.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a great production off the bench, though. I got to give him a lot of credit.
Juju Stovins, 9 points, 1 rebound, 1 steal, 4 of 8 shooting, responsible for 9 points there. Theodore Roosevelt, from president to basketball player, 6 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, 2 of 5 shooting, but 2 of 3 behind the line. Tier Gunderson, 4 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 of 3 shooting. And then you have Jack Ford, 2 points, a rebound, 1 steal, 1 of 5. He struggled from shooting tonight.
A lot of presidents' names on this FSU squad.
Absolutely. Cha-ching, 2 points, 1 assist, 1 of 3 shooting.
But we did say cha-ching when he scored, so.
we did.
That's a good one. Congratulations to FSU. They win this one, 86-71. We appreciate all you tuning in. Appreciate you being in the booth, my guy. It's been a hot minute since you've been in here, but we appreciate it. Thanks for jumping in and jumping into the fun.
Oh, absolutely glad to be part of it. Appreciate everyone in the chat. All 20. Derek a little bit late to the show as usual for his style.
That's on point for him actually. So, 15-point win for Florida State. They trailed by as much as 14. So great job by them to come back in this one. Congratulations to the Seminoles. We'll see both these teams in the regular season next week. But for Dave Ware, I'm Wired. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Friday Night Hoops coming your way. Got 3 more good games on the slate tomorrow. Just quickly talking about that, we have Texas Tech versus Providence. That should be a really good game. South Carolina versus Murray State, and Mississippi State versus Notre Dame. So make sure you tune in for that one. For David Ware, I'm Wired. We'll see you guys.